Hey everybody, this is Ryan Baus with the Abolitionist Society of Chicago. Welcome back to Abolition 101. I wanted to talk about seeding the culture. So seeding the culture is the very first step in the 7 phases of abolition, and it's one that will go on through the entire thing. As some people don't see seeding the culture as being all that important, but I want us to just look at culture for a minute. When you walk down the street or when you're driving around and you see a rainbow on a store window, you know that that rainbow stands for gay pride. It means homosexual rights, equal marriage rights. That rainbow originally meant God's promise to us. But now, because the homosexual culture and the liberal culture have ingrained and seeded the culture with that symbol, we now know the rainbow to stand for homosexuality. And so that is our intention now with the AHA symbol and with the mark of an abolitionist. When we go back to the abolitionists of slavery, they had the design that most of you are familiar with of the man in chains that said, "Am I not a man and a brother?" And so what they did with this was they placed it on pins and brooches and bracelets. They put this on themselves, they put it on pieces of paper in their windows, and this was a mark that told the world, the person here is an abolitionist, or if you were wearing it, I am an abolitionist. And it's how we knew who was and wasn't an abolitionist, what you stood for, what shops you wanted to shop at. So that's basically the idea that we want to do here, is we want to seed the culture. Jesus talked about planting seeds, and that's exactly what we want to do at this point. I really couldn't get into all of the different ways to seed the culture. We'd probably have like a 4-hour-long video, but I wanted to touch base on some of the basics. Just for myself, I wear an abolitionist shirt everywhere I go. I have the AHA symbol on my laptop. I have it on my phone. I place that symbol on everything. Again, the reason is so that anybody who knows what that symbol means knows I'm an abolitionist. And on top of that, people will see the shirt, and I've actually had people ask me, well, I thought slavery was over. It gives me that opportunity and that open door to speak to somebody, and it's no longer me approaching someone, but it's now them approaching me. And on top of that, most of you guys are familiar with the drop cards that are sold at ahagear.com. You know, drop cards are just such a simple little way to seed the culture. We're able to place these in strategic or even just random locations, and they have a short message along with the AHA symbol, the website, and it's, again, we're seeding, we're planting a seed. The drop card that has a picture of a human fetus, and it says 55 million killed. You know, this is not a big instructional or a big informational thing, but it's seeding the culture. It's placing the idea that first and foremost, that human fetus is a human being made in the image of God, and at the same time we're using language, 55 million killed. We're seeding the culture with the idea of how many children have been murdered since the passing of Roe v. Wade. For myself personally, my favorite is the drop cards. I also go out and I put stickers up. I sign my signature with a little AHA at the end of it. Again, we're seeding the culture. We're planting seeds in preparation for the further work we do. My hope and my goal is that when I go out and I engage the culture on the streets, when I talk to people, that they're going to see the AHA symbol on me, they're going to see it on the quad folds or the tri-folds that I hand out, and they're going to recognize that, and they're going to say, you know, hey, I saw that somewhere. I saw a guy that had that shirt, or I saw one of your stickers somewhere. And it's planting that seed so that when I'm engaging with somebody, or you know, when a friend of mine from church runs into somebody on the bus, when another abolitionist, you know, runs into people at a party or at school, that this has already been placed in their mind. We talk about, with the engaging the culture, how we want to make people think about abortion and we want to make them recognize it as murder. And so this is just that first step to it. It is preparing the way. When you pave a road, you don't just come up and, you know, pour down concrete. You dig it up, you smooth out the surface, you prepare the rebar, you literally prepare the way, and that is what seeding the culture is. It's like a farmer tilling the soil. We're making the soil ready for our message. We're making the people ready to understand what we're doing, to understand why we're doing it, to recognize the realities of abortion. And so that is why it is the first thing that we want to do as abolitionists. And again, it's something that, unlike other aspects of abolition that might not carry over forever, this is something that's going to carry over forever. Even after the abolition of Roe v. Wade, we want people to see that symbol. We want them to recognize it. Because as we've been saying over and over again, you can say that you're pro-life, and that's going to tell somebody what you believe in. But when you say that you're an abolitionist, it tells somebody what you're going to do about it. So I have to make sure as an abolitionist that everywhere I go, every activity that I'm engaged in, every group of people that I might run across recognizes and knows that I am an abolition, that I am going to preach the gospel, and that I am going to stand until we see human abortion abolished in our nation. Thanks for watching the video. I hope that this has helped you out a lot. If you want to get out on the street, get out to the clinics, get involved with us, I want to encourage you to swing by ahachicago.com if you're here in the Chicagoland area. If you don't live in Chicago, swing by abolishhumanabortion.com. We have a list on there of all the other abolitionist societies. Get in touch with the people in your local area. If there's not an abolitionist society in your area, maybe you should think about starting one yourself. Just starting to organize people, get people together, and to stand up to abolish human abortion and to proclaim the gospel. If you want to use any of the material that we talk about and that we show in these videos, ahagear.com, you can purchase all of that on there. The last thing is just, if there's anything that you would like to see us talk about, anything that you would like to understand more about, feel free to swing by either ahachicago.com and leave us a message. Swing by one of the Facebook pages. Let me know what it is that you would like to see, what it is that you're interested in. And hopefully either myself or one of the other abolitionists will be able to break that down, lay it out. We want to make sure that you have all the information possible and you're as equipped as you can be to go out and do the work of abolition.